We all hope to live long, healthy lives, but sometimes serious illnesses or injuries occur. When that happens, Napa Valley Hospice and Adult Day Services is here to help. Our Adult Day Services program offers care for people who have chronic illness, Alzheimer's disease and other dementias, and the frail elderly. Here at our center, we provide a professional team approach to maintain our participants' independence as long as possible and to provide help and support to their caregivers. Our hospice program provides care where our patients live and offers the highest quality professional services to those at the end of their lives. Hospice and Adult Day Services, two very different programs, but one common goal: the right care when you need it the most.
My wife of 34 years, she is 57 years old, was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. Before she got here, her life was sitting at home on the couch with her dogs. Sitting. No interaction with people or anything. And she came down here and she had a social involvement, she was eating well, exercise, you know, she had a life again. And in hindsight, I look back and say, well, what took me so long? You know, I should have come here months ago.
Seeing people kind of emerge and come to life again is what makes me know that I've made a difference in bringing something better to these people. It's a really diverse, vibrant place. We have people that have had traumatic brain injury. We have people with mental health issues. We have people with Alzheimer's disease. So there's this younger and older and intergenerational component.
After my son died, I suffered for many years with depression. He died in March, and in August I had a stroke. After that, I was sick for a long time. I felt very sad. I did not feel like eating, smiling. I did not feel like anything. I have been coming here for the past month and a half, and so far I have gained 2 pounds. So I do therapy, I exercise, I play bingo.
I could talk about it and tell you we do all these things, but really when you see it, that's what really engages people and engages the caregivers and starts making them feel comfortable that it's not going to be this institutional place.
When it's almost time for me to go home, I never like looking at the watch because I really don't want the time to come.
I take 10 or 12 of our participants and I throw out a subject and we talk about it for an hour and a half. And the subjects can be reminiscing. We can talk about grammar school, high school, who was your favorite teacher, first cars, first jobs. A lot of times nobody asks them what you think anymore.
We provide nursing services for people who have chronic health conditions. We provide rehab services, physical therapy, and occupational and speech therapy and dietary. So it's kind of a one-stop shop for a family to get these comprehensive services all under one roof. It's holistic. It really covers mind, body, and spirit. We're an Alzheimer's Daycare Resource Center to our community. So we go out there and we look at what in our community do people with Alzheimer's disease need. What's going to help those caregivers in our community, what's unique to our community around those needs, and how we can provide that. And it's not just the day services, it's support groups, it's community education, it's doing family consultations. So anybody in the community can call us and say, my loved one's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, I don't know what to do. A big part of what we do is getting people re-engaged and connecting them to meaningful activities. Our philosophy is giving the care like you would give to a family member, and that's the way that our staff gives the care. It's very personal for you to bring your mom to me and say, I need you to care for them for 4 hours. The service is really a package deal. The unit of care is that participant and the caregiver. So we build a care plan around both. What does that participant need? What does that caregiver need?
I needed the help too. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to take care of me on her behalf. So once I figured out that, then it became okay. So they basically taught me how to take care of myself.
So rather than focusing on death and dying and disease and disability, both hospice and adult day services talk about life. It's about life. It's about living your life the best way possible.
I think that being in hospice, it's been an eye-opening experience for me to be able to realize that everybody has a story.
50 years, 3 months, and 16 days. But I want to tell you, I was in heaven for that long. She was terrific.
What I would want the community to know is, number one, we're not scary. I mean, we are there to help and support, and walk the journey with you, holding your hand, guiding you. Not to take over, not to tell you the way that it has to be, but to listen to what your story is and be there with you.
My mom was living at an assisted living facility, and her health started failing, and she started falling. And when we decided that hospice was a good choice, everything fell into place. They helped us find a board and care home, and without them, she wouldn't be where she is today.
We take the concept that in order to take care of a patient fully, it requires all three disciplines. From the very moment that a patient comes on service, it requires a nurse, a social worker, and a spiritual care provider, body, mind, and spirit. The culture that we have here is support of each other. We don't tolerate anything else. We laugh a lot, we cry even more, and we all see that it's just a part of what life is about.
A nurse came to me and said, "Your wife goes home at 2 o'clock this afternoon." And I said, "Well, I don't know what I'm going to do with her." And they said, "Well, have you talked to hospice?" And that was a bad word to me at that time. And I said, "No, but I had no choice." So I went to the lady at hospice and told her my problem. And everything was taken care of.
When I come to visit, it's pleasure instead of taking care of, crisis or crises. We get to hang out and be together, and that is invaluable. Huh? It is.
Just because you come on hospice doesn't mean that you are going to die because you came on hospice. You came onto hospice because you were already terminally ill and you needed the help and support. We send out satisfaction surveys while a patient is still alive so that they can do it. The number one thing that comes back is, "I wasn't referred soon enough." We are there for the families for 13 months after, and we have all kinds of variety of ways, because it is painful to lose somebody you love.
It is the most golden time that I have in my life, and I treasure it more than anything else. It's that time, and I know that it wouldn't be this way without hospice.
It's more or less indescribable, the care that they give you.
When we needed you, you were there. I couldn't have done it without you. No way.
Napa Valley Hospice and Adult Day Services. It's about life, it's about living, it's about care when it's needed the most.